Let me ask you something. When was the last time you truly chose what was best for you? Not what was easiest, not what was comfortable, not what someone else told you to do, but what set your soul on fire. Because here's the truth. Life isn't happening to you, it's happening because of you. Every decision, every yes, every no, they're all bricks in the foundation of your future. And right now you've got a choice. Build a life of mediocrity or a life of legend. You want more? Then stop negotiating with your excuses. The moment you raise your standards, the moment you say, I deserve better, is the moment the universe starts rearranging itself to meet you. But it starts with you. Those voices in your head whispering, what if I fail? Silence them with this, what if I fly? The people who change the world aren't lucky, they're relentless. They don't wait for permission, they take ownership. And let's get real, you already know what the best looks like for you. It's that thing your gut screams when you're alone at 3 a.m. It's the version of you that's buried under fear, under someday, under other people's opinions. Well, someday is today. The best doesn't knock on your door, you hunt it down. So ask yourself, if not now, when? If not you, who? This is your life. Start acting like it. You feel that tightness in your chest when you know you're settling? That voice in your gut screaming, this isn't it, I was meant for more? That's not anxiety, my friend, that's clarity. That's your soul begging you to wake up and realize every single decision you make is either a step toward your dreams or a step away from them. There's no neutral. There's no pause button on life. You're either building your legacy or someone else's. Let me hit you with a hard truth. You are one decision away from a completely different life. One bold move, one moment of unshakable certainty can obliterate years of regret. But here's what kills me. Most people spend more time choosing a Netflix show than they do designing their future. They hand over their power to fear, to doubt, to I'll start tomorrow, and then one day they wake up and wonder, how did I get here? I'll tell you how. Small choices repeated. The job you tolerated, the relationship you half lived in, the dreams you postponed because you were waiting for the right time. News flash, there is no right time, there's only now. And every time you choose comfort over courage, you're not just passing up an opportunity, you're training yourself to settle. But what if you flip the script? What if starting today you made decisions like your life depended on them? Because guess what? It does. The greatest people in history weren't born with some magic gene, they just decided. They chose to show up when others quit. They chose to bet on themselves when the world said, you'll fail. And that decision, that split-second refusal to back down, changed everything. Think about your own life. That moment you said yes when fear said no. Didn't it change you? That time you walked away from what was good to chase what was great, didn't it set you free? Your destiny isn't written in the stars, it's written in your choices. And right now, you're standing at a crossroads. One path is familiar, safe and small. The other, it's terrifying, it's uncertain, but it's alive, pulsing with the energy of who you're meant to become. So I dare you, stop negotiating with fear. Stop asking, what if I'm wrong? And start asking, what if I'm right? The world isn't shaped by people who played it safe. It's shaped by those who decided their vision was worth the risk. And you've got that same fire in you. So feed it, make the call, take the leap, burn the boats. Because the life you want doesn't come to those who wait, it comes to those who choose it. You want to know what separates the ordinary from the extraordinary? One word, standards. Not luck, not talent, not some cosmic favoritism. Standards. The unshakable, non-negotiable rules you set for exactly what you will and will not accept in your life. Because here's the brutal truth. You don't get what you want in life. You get what you tolerate. Let that sink in. How many times have you settled for a job that pays the bills but drains your soul? How many times have you stayed in relationships that gave you crumbs when you deserved the whole damn feast? How many times have you told yourself it's good enough when every cell in your body was screaming, I was made for more? That stops today, right now. Because the moment you raise your standards, the universe has no choice but to rise up and meet you there. Think about it. Why do some people live in a constant state of breakthrough while others are stuck in breakdown? It's not circumstance, it's not destiny, it's standards. The person who refuses to be disrespected, they command respect. The person who refuses to stay broke, they find a way to get rich. The person who refuses to accept mediocrity, they become exceptional. Not because they're special, but because they decided they were worth more. And that's the key. You have to decide, not hope, not wish, decide. Burn the bridges to average, delete the excuses. Tell fear it no longer gets a seat at your table, because when you raise your standards, you don't just change your life, you change your identity. You go from someone who wants success to someone who demands it, from someone who dreams of love to someone who requires it, from someone who wishes for health to someone who fights for it. This isn't about being arrogant, it's about being awake. The world doesn't reward need, it rewards conviction. So ask yourself, what have I been tolerating that's poisoning my potential? Late night scrolling when you should be building, toxic people who dim your light, half-hearted effort in the name of comfort. Rip off the Band-Aid, set the bar so high that even you have to stretch to reach it. And here's the secret. You don't have to know how yet, you just have to know why. Why? Because you're done betraying yourself, done shrinking to fit in, done accepting less than you're capable of. The moment you declare, this is who I am and this is what I stand for, everything shifts. Opportunities appear, weakness flees, your spine straightens. Why? Because standards are the language of kings and queens. So I'm calling you out right now. What's your new non-negotiable? Is it excellence, legacy, unstoppable vitality? Whatever it is, write it in stone, then live like your life depends on it, because it does. Let me ask you something raw and real. What story have you been telling yourself that's holding you hostage? Because here's the truth. Your life right now is nothing more than the physical manifestation of your dominant beliefs. Not your talent, not your circumstances, not some predetermined fate, your beliefs. And if you're not living the life you want, it's not because you can't, it's because somewhere deep down you've been programmed to think you don't deserve it. You want to know why most people never break through? It's not lack of opportunity, it's not bad luck. It's invisible scripts running in their heads like a broken record. I'm not smart enough. I don't have the connections. I failed before, so I'll fail again. And here's the kicker. Those lies aren't even yours. They're hand-me-downs from past hurts, from critics, from a society that profits off your self-doubt. But guess what? You get to rewrite the script. Starting now, I need you to understand something radical. Your mind is the most powerful force you will ever command. It can cage you in fear or catapult you into greatness, depending on what you feed it. And right now, you're feeding it poison. Every time you say, I can't, you're reinforcing weakness. Every time you dwell on past failures, you're rehearsing defeat. But what if you flipped it? What if you stood in front of the mirror right now and declared, I am unstoppable, not because it's true yet, but because I choose to make it true. This isn't wishful thinking, this is war. A war against the version of you that settled, that played small, that accepted less than you're capable of. And the battlefield, your mind. Every limiting belief is a chain around your potential, but chains can be broken. Let me prove it to you. Think back to a time you knew you couldn't do something until you did. That thing you swore was impossible until it wasn't. That's not coincidence. That's evidence. Evidence that your limits are illusions, that fear is a liar, that the moment you decide I am the exception, the universe has no choice but to obey. So here's your mission. Find the lie that's been running your life and execute it. That voice whispering, who do you think you are? Silence it with watch me. That memory of failure haunting you, burn it as fuel, because here's the secret of the world's most unstoppable people. They don't have fewer doubts, they just refuse to let those doubts drive. You want to choose the best for yourself, then stop letting old wounds dictate your future. Stop giving power to opinions that don't pay your bills or kiss you goodnight. The past is a lesson, not a life sentence. And you're not a prisoner, you're a phoenix. Here's a truth so powerful, it will either terrify you or set you free. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Let that sink in. Look around right now. Who's in your inner circle? Are they lifting you up or weighing you down? Are they pushing you toward your dreams or anchoring you to their doubts? Because here's the raw reality. If you're not growing, it's not just about you, it's about them. You want to know why most people never reach their potential? It's not because they lack talent or opportunity. It's because they're drowning in the wrong environment. They're letting energy vampires, mediocre thinkers, and dream skeptics whisper in their ear, be realistic. Since when did realistic ever change the world? Since when did realistic build empires, break records, or create legacies? Greatness isn't realistic, it's relentless. And it demands a tribe that matches your fire. Think about it. Why do champions train with champions? Why do legends surround themselves with other legends? Because they know this unshakable truth. You cannot fly with eagles if you're scratching with turkeys. Harsh, maybe, but I'd rather be brutally honest than let you waste another year in relationships that keep you small. Let me ask you point blank, who's speaking into your life? Who's got a front row seat to your dreams? If you're the smartest person in your circle, you're in the wrong circle. If your friends gossip more than they grow, you're drinking poison. If your inner circle celebrates mediocrity more than mastery, you're being programmed to lose. This isn't about dumping people. It's about upgrading your standards. Some relationships are for a season, others are for life. But every single one should be intentional. Ask yourself, does this person make me better or do they make me bitter? Do they challenge me or coddle me? Do they see my potential even when I don't? And here's the game changer. You don't just inherit the habits of those around you. You inherit their beliefs. Their fears become your fears. Their ceilings become your ceilings. Their excuses become your excuses, unless you choose differently. So start today. Audit your inner circle like your life depends on it, because it does. Seek out mentors who've walked the path. Find peers who make you raise your game. Build relationships with people who force you to grow just by being near them. And if you can't find them yet, become that person first. Greatness attracts greatness. And to the dreamers listening right now who feel alone, who feel like no one gets them, I've got news for you. Loneliness is the price of leadership. Every lion was once the outlier. Every legend was once the weird one. But when you commit to your path, your tribe will find you. The right people show up when you stop settling for the wrong ones. So I dare you, stop letting the wrong people have a vote in your life. Stop giving your energy to those who don't deserve it. The best version of you is waiting, but it's surrounded by the best people. Now go, find your tribe. Let me hit you with a truth bomb that will change everything if you let it. The universe doesn't pay you for what you know, it pays you for what you do. You can have the greatest vision, the most brilliant strategy, the most inspiring dream. But if you don't move, it's all just mental confetti, beautiful, useless. Right now, somewhere in the world, there's someone with half your talent, a tenth of your resources, and none of your excuses, and they're outworking you. And while you're stuck in perfecting, they're out there pounding the pavement. While you're waiting for motivation, they're building momentum. While you're analyzing the 47th way something might go wrong, they've already failed twice, learned, and leveled up. Who do you think wins? This isn't about hustle culture. This isn't about burning out. This is about the undeniable law of physics that governs success. Massive action equals massive results, period. You want a different life? You don't need a new plan, you need new legs from running toward your goals so fast your doubts can't keep up. Let's get brutally honest. How many times have you told yourself, I'll start when you feel ready, when the fear fades, when the stars align? Newsflash, that day never comes. The magic isn't in the perfect moment. It's in the imperfect action you take, despite the fear, despite the doubt, despite not having it all figured out. Think about the last time you actually shocked yourself with what you could accomplish. Was it when you were hesitating, or was it when you threw yourself into the arena and realized, holy hell, I'm stronger than I thought? That's not luck, that's physics. Action creates clarity. Momentum crushes fear. Progress births confidence. So here's your wake-up call. Stop worshiping at the altar of someday. Someday is a liar. Someday is the favorite word of cowards and corpses. The only day that matters is today, the only moment you can actually control. And right now you've got a choice. Will today be another footnote in your book of excuses or the first line in your legacy? I'm not asking you to be perfect. I'm demanding you be relentless. To fall in love with the process, not just the prize. To show up when you're tired, to keep going when it sucks. To understand that every overnight success was years in the making. They just didn't stop when everyone else did. And to those of you thinking, but what if I fail? Good. Fail fast, fail forward. Because here's the secret no one tells you. The only true failure is inaction. Every stumble is data. Every fall is feedback. Every wrong turn is just rerouting you to a version of yourself you couldn't have become any other way. So I dare you, For the next 30 days, become addicted to action, not thinking about it, not planning for it, action. Send the email, make the call, launch the damn thing, outwork your doubts, outrun your excuses, and watch how quickly the universe starts conspiring for you instead of against you. Now go, burn the boats. Right now, in this very moment, you hold within you the same power that built empires, shattered records, and turned impossible into I did. But here's the tragedy. Most people die with that power still locked inside them, not because they weren't capable, not because the world didn't need what they had, but because they waited for permission to be great. Let me rip the bandage off. No one is coming to save you. No guru, no lucky break, no divine intervention will suddenly flip the switch on your potential. The hero of your story isn't out there, it's in you. And every second you spend looking outward for validation is another second you betray the raw, untamed force within. You want to know what separates those who talk about change from those who live it? One gut-level realization. They stopped asking, can I, and started declaring, I will. They understood that power isn't given, it's taken by those bold enough to claim what's already theirs. And you've been sitting on a throne of a limited potential while acting like a beggar. Think about the last time you felt truly unstoppable, that moment when fear vanished and you knew deep in your bones that you were meant for more. What happened to that version of you? Did you let doubt whisper it away? Did you hand your power over to someone else's opinion? That ends today, because here's the unshakable truth. Your power doesn't come from your circumstances, it comes from your claim. This isn't philosophy, this is physics. Energy flows where attention goes. Focus on weakness and you'll find more weakness. Focus on power and the universe has no choice but to bend to your will. Every great leader, every innovator, every game changer in history understood this. They didn't wait for confidence, they acted until confidence had no choice but to show up. So let me ask you, who would you be if you stopped apologizing for your strength? If you stopped shrinking so others wouldn't feel uncomfortable? If you stood in your full power, unshakable, undeniable, with the quiet certainty of a storm? That's not arrogance, that's alignment. And the world doesn't just need it, it's begging for it. Here's your battle cry. No more someday. No more handing your power over to fear, to doubt, to the past. The power to change everything. Your health, your wealth, your relationships, your joy isn't in some distant future, is in the choices you make right now, in the decision to stop waiting and start commanding your life. I'm not telling you it'll be easy, I'm telling you it'll be worth it. There will be resistance, there will be moments that test your resolve. But here's the secret the greats know. The magic happens outside your comfort zone, in that space between I can't and watch me. So take this as your final wake-up call. The power you seek is the power you already are. Stop begging, stop waiting, stop negotiating with mediocrity. Stand up, speak up, show up fully, fiercely, unapologetically. The world doesn't need another watered-down version of you. It needs the real you, the one that's been waiting beneath the surface, ready to erupt now. Rise and own it.